Hi, I'm Nate. I'm here to show you how to connect your page elements to a dataset. Before starting, let's review some key concepts. Your site's information is stored in a collection. The collection is then used to create a dataset. You can connect a page element to a dataset to display the information. In datasets, permissions can be set to read-only, write-only, or read and write. In this video's example, you'll be seeing each dataset mode created from a collection of bike information. The collection's permissions need to be set to site content, which allows you as the admin to view, edit, or add to the collection. Let's start first with a read-only dataset that's already configured. On the page, there's a gallery displaying default Wix images. Right now it's displaying default images because it hasn't been connected to data yet. Let's change that by clicking on it and selecting Connect to Data. Choose which dataset to connect to. In this case, the bikes read dataset. Different connection options appear depending on the element itself. You can see the gallery connection options here. For other elements like buttons or text, these options can be slightly different. You have to configure the options to the information in your dataset. The image sources will connect to the image field in your collection, and the titles will connect to the title field. Once you're done, preview the site to see the changes take place. Notice how your page loads the images from the read-only dataset and not the default images. Now let's work with a write-only dataset. A dataset with the mode set to write-only can be used to send information to a collection, which is why you'll need elements that accept input, like this text box, the file upload element, and submit button. Like before, each element must be connected to the correct dataset. In this case, the bike's write dataset. Take note of how the connection options are different than the gallery's options. The text input will connect to the title field, and the upload input will connect to the image field, and the button will connect to a submit click action. This means the data will be submitted when the button is clicked. Adding a submit message here will let the visitor know the content was submitted successfully. Let's lighten that up so it's a little more visible. That's better. Now you can preview the site to see the three connected elements work. Let's add a tricycle to the collection. Alright, the submit message is showing. Let's go back and check the collection to make sure it was added. Notice how the tricycle was added to the collection. Click Preview again to see it show up in the gallery. The last dataset mode is set to read and write, which allows visitors to see and edit the content of an element. The drop-down element and the delete button both need to be connected to the bike's read and write dataset. Once again, use the Connect to Data button to connect the elements. Don't connect it to a dataset just yet. Notice the different connection options here. For a drop-down element, the connection options are replaced with the option to connect a list. This option is ideal because you want to list out the items from your collection. Turn on the option to connect drop-down list items. This will reveal options to connect a dataset and labels and values. The labels and values will connect to the title field in your collection. The delete button works similarly to the previous button, but it will get a delete click action to remove the item from the collection. Preview the page to see the read and write dataset in action. Notice all the bikes are now in the drop-down. Try to delete the tricycle from the collection. and check your collection to make sure it's gone. Great, the tricycle's gone from the collection. Now let's double check the gallery in preview mode. No more tricycle. The ability to update the collection rather than individual page elements will significantly speed up your site's development and maintenance. You now have a better understanding of how connections are made between page elements and datasets. The Connect to Data button along with the dataset modes are essential tools in making connections back to a collection. Use the knowledge you've gained from this article to use your collections more effectively.